Hey guys, this is Rick at Tasty Guitar. Today we're going to be going back and taking a look at some of the amazing playing of Reggie Young. Definitely one of the most recorded guitar players in history. His work on Dobie Gray's Drift Away, Dusty Springfield, Son of the Preacher Man, all his stuff with Elvis, Willie Nelson, all that stuff's been pretty well documented. But we're going to be taking a listen to some of his playing on some more obscure Memphis soul stuff, some beautiful playing on these tunes. Make sure you come by tastyguitar.com where you can get the tab for this lesson absolutely free by subscribing at the bottom of the homepage. Also, make sure you check out the description below for information about membership at Tasty Guitar, where you can get backing tracks, feedback on your playing, interactive sound slice tab, and so much more. Tune up and let's get started. All right, now this first lick is coming out of Memphis Soul Stew, the kind of main guitar lick in here. Great tune and a great example of Reggie Young's uses of sixths, and this is just E mixolydian, kind of descending in sixth. A lot of people think this is Cornell Dupree playing, but this was actually Reggie Young on the album. And this is in the key of E, and basically we are just kind of descending in mixolydian, in E mixolydian using sixths. Okay, this is starting right on beat 1, gonna slide up to the 16th fret, and then catch the 16th fret on the high E string. So slide on up there, down to the 14th fret, down to the 13th and 12th fret, right out of the E chord there. Then going to descend in that same shape 2 frets below, and hit that twice. Then going to slide into the 9th fret, down to the 7th fret. So far we would have this. From there, you're going to go down to the 4th fret. One more time. Down to the 6th fret and the 5th fret here. That's right out of an E chord shape right there. One more time. And then going to finish that out by sliding that 5th fret down to the 3rd fret and back. So all together you would have this. All right, this one is a great example of a funky little rhythm guitar part played by Reggie Young, 1967, Make Love to Me, the name of the track. And this is a little bit tricky. Now you're gonna start off on a little pickup line like this. 1, 2, 3. Right there, starting on the last 16th note of beat 3. 1, 2, 3. Little hammer on there at the end of it. After that little pickup, you're going to go to the main part, which is starting on the low E string at the 5th fret, the A note. We're in the key of A here. So this is 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to go to a 7th chord here. This is A7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Gonna hit that one more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, you're gonna hold that A7 chord out, and then you're gonna come down on a downstroke on dead strings. 1, 2, 3. Right there. 1, 2, 3. And here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Right after that downstroke on the dead strings, you got to come with an upstroke and just hit that A note there at the 7th fret. So this is 1, 2, 3. Right there, that downstroke followed by an upstroke on that A note. Here it is so far, very slow. 1, 2, 3. You're then going to finish it out by going down to the E note, to the G, and ending back on the A note. Here is the entire rhythm very slow. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to repeat it. All right, here's another great example of Reggie Young's very melodic approach to using 6, this time on kind of a nice soul tune called Long Ago. Okay, now this is going to be in the key of G major. We're starting right up here at the 12th fret, and we're hammering on to, from a barred first finger, kind of the top of a G chord right there, hammering on to the 14th and 13th fret on the D and B strings there, and that kind of gives you a C over G sound. Just hammering on directly onto that, and then pulling off back to the 12th fret to get our G again. So this is right on beat 3. So this is 1, 2. And that just gives you a little bit of color over that G chord. And then we're going to go down to the 10th fret, pulling that 3rd finger off. And this is just kind of creating a little bit of a melody in the top of that line, which is leading to our next chord, the C chord. So far we would have this. Leading to that 6th interval, which is right out of that C chord. In fact, you can see it right out of that shape. Okay, so this is giving you a nice melodic movement there with the 6. So all together you have this. 1, 2. Leading you right to that C chord. The song then returns to that G chord, and you're going to go back to that kind of thing we did at the beginning, which is hitting that C over G sound. Real nice kind of colorful sound over the G chord. So far we would have this. 1, 2. C chord, 2, 3, 4. Back to G, 2. It stays on the G chord, and you resolve right to that interval out of that G bar chord shape, and then you finish out that measure just by using descending 6 in G major, ending on that shape right there, which is just coming out of this G chord. So all together, here we have it. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Just a great example of how you can use 6 melodically. right, the final one here is coming out of a tune called Someone to Take Your Place. Just a great example of some uses of 6 in fills again. This is just going from a G to a C7. And the first part here, he's just leading you to the C7 by using these 6 right here, ending on the flat 7, the B flat, and the G, the 5th of that C7 chord. The next part, just playing these really nice staccato 6, right there up on top, and leading you back to the G chord by sliding into that intervals of 6 right there at the 7th fret. That's the D and the B, the 5th and 3rd of a G chord. A great way to lead you back to that G chord. So far we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking you to the C. Taking you back to the G. The next lick, he's taking you back to that C7 chord, almost the same way we did at the very beginning, but this time I'm going to add the root of C right up there on the high E string. And then sliding back into that same interval down there at the 8th fret. So far we would have this on the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the C. Back to the G. Back to the C. And the last part here is very similar to what he did the last time, taking you back to the G, just embellishes it a little bit more. That little slide thing. Taking you back to the G there at the end. So the whole thing goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking you to that C7. Staccato there, back to the G. Grabbing the C note on the top. Embellishing there a little bit at the end. A beautiful way to use 6 in a ballad.